Hello, and thank you for joining OACAC for the Virtual College Exploration. My name is Caitlin Wise, and on behalf of OACAC and StriveScan, I will be your facilitator for this session with Defiance College. A few housekeeping items for students in attendance today. This is one of many sessions that OACAC will be providing throughout the Virtual College Exploration. I encourage you to check out the full schedule at www.oacac.org and view the complete list of sessions that are available. This session, in addition to the others, will be recorded, and they will also be available at www.oacac.org. Throughout the presentation, as you have questions, please feel free to use the Q&A button to type your questions to the presenter at any time. And as a reminder, you are muted and your video is off. The panelists can't hear or see you, so again, please use that Q&A button for any questions. At this time, I'll turn it over to Defiance College, and thank you for joining us today.
All right. It looks like nobody is here right now. All right. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Austin Fleming. I'm an admissions counselor here at Defiance College. I just wanted to welcome you to my presentation today about Defiance College in general. And I'll be, if you have any questions, please feel free to type them in. I will get to them at the end of the presentation. If you need to reach me or separately outside of that, my information will be on the very last slide here. And if there is any other questions that you might have, feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, information on the slide with my cell phone number and my email here at Defiance College. So without further ado, I will get into my presentation here that will involve really the Defiance College history and to kind of just introduce you to a little bit about us and what we're all about before we get into the meat of the presentation. So Defiance College is itself, it's over 150 years old. It was started in 1869, so we are one of the oldest universities privately here in Ohio. We are located in Northwest Ohio, which is Defiance, Ohio, and the population of Defiance, Ohio, a little bit under 20,000, so more of a rural campus atmosphere for us here at Defiance College. Our student body, as you'll read about here a little bit, is a little over right now 550 students. Have been growing. The last two classes we've had, 2019 and 2020 this year, have been our two biggest in the last 4 to 5 years. So we are growing as a campus, and we'll talk a little bit more about our campus life and campus makeup as we get further into the presentation. So first here, I will talk a little bit about our fast facts. To know, to understand, to lead, and to serve is really the core of our mission here at Defiance College. So as a private liberal arts college, we like to obviously to know, to understand you better, how you learn. Everyone's different. If I'm a visual guy and you are more of a person who learns by reading, we will adapt to your how you learn. And to lead, that's one big thing that our president, Dr. Rashan Mankey, is big on, is to lead others. Always take, if her biggest saying is you can go fast alone, but you can go further together. And that's one thing that we like to instill in our students here, is just to lead, be involved, be it either through athletic events or things like that, or even, as I will talk about here, just having some of your student led clubs here on campus. And then to serve, we actually have a whole portion I'll talk about here of kind of a club we have called Project 701 that we allow students to go out into our community and serve a lot of the different people and businesses here at Defiance, Ohio. Like I said, the student population right now is over 500 students. More than 65% of our traditional students actually live on campus, which is up from 50% last year. We are getting a lot of more out-of-state students that are wanting to come here to participate in athletics, be it men's soccer, women's soccer, football, basketball, and a little bit of the other sports that we offer that I'll get into here in a little bit. Student faculty ratio, 11-to-1. I do like to talk about that because that is something that that is more like I said, to understand you, to own in on what is important to you in a classroom setting. There's a lot more of that intimate um, one-on-one that some schools can provide just for the sheer amount of students that they have. But for us, we have 11 students. To one of our faculty, so you're going to know who your professor is going through multiple years and things like that. So that is something that that I do like to talk about, just because that is something that we really do a good job of here at Defiance College. Um, Average class size is 15 students. So like I said, smaller classes don't have huge. I think the biggest class we do offer is maybe a 40 to 50 person general education class that is in one of our auditoriums. That is the biggest. I've had experiences with some at schools, the school that I went to, with over 200. So I kind of can appreciate the average 15 students here, just because you can get your questions asked. You can have more peer-to-peer learning and things like that. And then that's why I always like to talk about the relationships that you can build here, the engagement that you have with our faculty, and just the support that we have, not just with our faculty, but with our academic support services and our library for peer-to-peer tutoring. We have also, you can get your essay reviewed through a peer or through one of our academic advisors over there. And then employment overview, just got these numbers actually last month, that nearly 97% of our 2019 graduates are employed, attending graduate school and professional school, be it a trade or something like that, or serving in the military full-time, such as ROTC, National Guard, or actually going into the military, the Army, Navy, Air Force, or the Reserves, or performing community service full-time, maybe for a nonprofit organization, or a similar type of organization, either in the community or somewhere else. A couple of athletic facts for us: we are a Division III non-scholarship school. Like a lot of the Division III schools in Ohio, our conference is the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. There's our new logo up there, just rebranded. That includes Bluffton, Ohio. We have Hanover College, Franklin College, Earlham, and who are in Indiana, Transylvania University for non-football competition in Kentucky, and then Mount St. Joe, like I said, Bluffton, in Ohio, and also Anderson University, also in Indiana, is another one that competes in the HCAC against us. So here's the men's sports that we offer here: baseball, basketball, cross country, track and field are dual co-ed. They're also along with cheer and dance, and then we have esports that we introduced last year that are all co-ed sports with a single head coach with those. But wrestling is our newest sport. We actually introduced that 2 years ago. This is our second full year of competition. So a lot of the differences people asking about are, what does it mean to be non-scholarship for Division III? Well, Division III for us is our scholarships are based on merit, and I'll get into those different tiers later on. There's 5 different ones for us, but that is really, to boil it down to pretty simply, it's based on your GPA and or your test score, depending on what major you want, because we are offering test optional this year because of the climate we're in with the COVID crisis right now, and just a lot of kids, depending on where they're coming from and where they're applying, do not know if they can take a test, either the ACT or the SAT, be it wherever they come from. They just want to know if they can. There are some majors that we do require the test, but a lot of ours that I'll get into, we do not require it to be test optional. But there is still a certain tier to be admitted here if you are going test optional. And then like I said, we'll get to that a little bit when we start talking about the academic side of things. So here, right now, as of this year, our 2020-2021 academic year, we offer over 32 majors and 8 specific minors. So you can see, I'll get into those. Our top 3 majors right now are our business has been number 1, very good business program here. We also have education, which is one of them that do require a test score, and and you have to have a 21 or higher ACT to get into our education program. And then also our third one, actually tied for 3rd and 4th, is our exercise science and sport management program. Both of those tie in together. They are separate, but it makes sense because we are a high athletic campus here, so that we have a lot of students who want to continue their careers outside and other than sports, working in a sports environment, and those are 2 that give them the opportunity to do that. We do have some pre-professional programs, which the pre-dentistry, pre-law, pre-ministry, and pre-optometry, plus pre-vet, they're not necessarily majors. People kind of get those confused sometimes. They're what's called concentrations. So, for example, say I wanted to be a veterinarian. If I wanted to go to Defiance to major in biology and all, but have a pre-vet science track. So when I graduate, that's going to set me up. And there are a couple classes you take later on in the biology major that will prepare you for veterinary school so you can, with that pre-vet science concentration tacked onto your degree, you'll be able to apply for vet school or professional schooling after graduating Defiance. And then we do have 4 accredited programs and majors that deal with once you graduate, you will be credited to, say you're going to do the teacher education program. So you'll have, depending on if you're early childhood, middle, late, you'll be graduating with a accredited degree and a teacher endorsement there, teaching license to go out and teach, and be in, like, even as soon as your second year, be in the field, student teaching in the area and things like that. So, and then nursing 121, that's actually one of our most unique programs. The 121 stands for 1 year at Defiance. If you get it, this is also one of the programs that you have to have above a 3.0 cumulative GPA, and then a 21 ACT or above, and the equivalent to the SAT, which is a 1060 or above on the SAT. So that program is 1 year at Defiance, 2 years at Northwest State Community College, which is less than 20 minutes away in Archbold, Ohio. And you're there for 2 years, but you're still making the commute back and forth. So if you're an athlete, for example, and you are in a nursing program, you're still able to compete in athletics, but also do the nursing 121 program. So, and then that last year, it's all online back at Defiance College, where you're also doing a lot more of your clinical work and stuff like that last year. So, and then we have 2 online graduate programs. One is the MBA, Master's of Business Administration, and the other one is a Master's of Arts in Education. So those are the 2 master's programs that we actually have for our graduates, and also for a lot of the people in our community who want to further their education, maybe after their bachelor's, want to go back and get a master's. So 2 ways to apply. One is our application is free, and we have a link there that you can simply go on. Maybe it'll take less than 10 minutes to apply through our website. And then we also have another one called the Common App, which is, I've noticed a lot of students are starting to use now. I did not have that option, the Common App, in school when I graduated in high school in 2011. And that was something that I wish you would have had. And a lot of schools that I've talked to are really pushing that. It does take a little bit to set up on the front end, but once you have that set up, that just single profile, you can send an application to a lot of different schools, just and the schools that are obviously that use the Common App. You can use that and send that to multiple schools with one click of the mouse. So I wish that would be very easy for me if I were to use that and apply to multiple schools through that. And we do get if you apply to the website, I forgot to add this, if you apply to the website or the Common App, we do get those notifications within 24 hours that you have applied, and we can get started reaching out to you about the process, which actually brings me to this next step. After using either one of the types of applications that we use, an admissions counselor, me, or depending on where you are applying at in Ohio, out of state, that's kind of how we have it broken up. Either if it's me, say you're in Ohio, say you're from Dayton, Ohio, and you applied, that's actually one of my territories. So I will get notification. I will then reach out to you. Typically, I would try to call just to get kind of ask some questions, get some history on how you learn about Defiance College and things like that, and then really explain to you, well, the next step is to get the official high school transcript, and it has to come official from your school or from your guidance counselor sent into Defiance College. And then also, if say you did take the ACT or SAT, if that's on your transcript, then you're perfectly good. If not, you as a student can actually either log into the ACT or SAT and send me a copy of what you scored on the test if that's not on your transcript. So that can also be considered official. One thing, like I mentioned here, is we are test optional for the 2021 school year for most programs, except for the nursing 121, our biology program, and our education. Those are the only 3 that both have to have a 3.0 or more to get in, and also a 21 or a 1060 or higher on the SAT equivalent to get in there. So Once you're accepted, which typically you will hear back within a week, typically about 2 or 3 days. So I always say the fastest you get your official high school transcripts and also your test scores in, that's the faster we can get you accepted and then move on to really focusing on what you want to study, and get you connected with any coaches if you want to play a sport here and things like that. So, but in between after you get accepted and then getting your official high school transcripts in, that's when we come to the FAFSA. And that is the federal application for free student aid. And that actually opened up here on October 1st. So it's free for you to get on FAFSA.gov, apply. It'll take down your parents' information if you have that. It'll take down are you dependent, independent, and it fills in a lot of other gaps that you have to fill in personal information on there. So, but then that is actually you enter that code, send it to us. We get that within 3 to 5 days in our financial aid office, and then they are actually the ones that will help you a lot through the process. If you have any issues on getting missing documents in, if you say you lost something that you're logging for the FAFSA, you can get a hold of me, your admissions counselor, and then I will get you in touch with one of our 2 assistant director or our director of financial aid. So, and then after coinciding with getting accepted, then you get a financial aid package, which I enjoy this because it's something that I see. I can get the financial aid package, and you also get it. We both get a copy, and then we can sit down either through phone, FaceTime, Zoom, however you need or want to review that. We will sit down, and I will talk you through the whole process, and just kind of walk you through how we awarded you based on merit, what scholarship you qualified for, and anything else that's on there, and then kind of go over, well, what do you think, and get your initial thoughts on the financial aid package from you and your parents going over that, so you can make a well-informed decision. So looks very simple here, but sometimes it's not as simple as step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then going over the FAFSA. So then the last step, which it comes typically in the spring of 2021 for you 2021 graduates, will be submitting your enrollment deposit. So once you're accepted, you have your financial aid and everything got all your chickens in a row and everything looks good on your end and you have a plan, then I will say, well, time to make your Defiance commitment and put down the enrollment deposit, which is one-time $150 to secure your spot in the class of 2021. So then we'll, after that, sign up for an orientation next fall, and then you'll be a yellow jacket. So a lot of information there, a lot of simple steps, but I'll be walking you through every step of the way. So we do have some visit days coming up, and these are all the link that I posted there is on-campus visits. You can set up individual ones Monday through Friday, and then every Saturday starting this week and going forward, you'll be able to set up individual visits. Say you're from far away or can't get here during the week. We do offer Saturdays from 9 to 1 if you need to make one of those. So we do have limiting group sizes, so can't be more than a group of 10, including myself and our anybody who does a campus tour with you. So really 8 people total at a time. And then here's some virtual preview days, just to learn, quick 2-hour session, just to learn more about our academic services, athletics, hear from some of our faculty on what they can offer you here at Defiance College, and then have a couple accepted student days that are kind of, obviously those are if you're an accepted student and you want to have a more immersive, in-depth viewing of our school. That's something that we offer 3 of those that are a bigger program, hopefully in February and April. We can offer you that on campus, so you can walk through see the whole college, see the athletic wing, sit down, eat lunch with some faculty, hear from our president, and things like that. So a lot of opportunities to visit Defiance College, and there's the quick and simple step there for you to do that. So cost of attendance, this is for this year right now. So if you're a commuter, kind of breaks down, like I said, the tuition, the fees there, the athletic fee, if you are participating in athletics, but there is a fee associated with that for you to be paid before the season you're competing in. And then over on the left side there, we have the room and board. Is the only difference between a commuter and residential. Obviously, if you're staying here, residential, and commuting, if you're within a typically about 35-mile radius from Defiance, Ohio. And then there's some other indirect costs there. Obviously, if you're commuting, transportation throughout the semester, gas, oil change, things like that, and then books and supplies. Just rough estimates from kind of averages that we've had the last couple of years, because every class is different. Not every class is going to have the same books, and then if you have to buy books, the pricing and things like that, or if you're renting books, that is also an option through the our library here, the Pilgrim Library on campus. So here's our 5 scholarships information that we have. So the Dean's is our highest scholarship, and that's a 3.5 or above, and a 25 or above. That will get you $21,000 for the whole year scholarship. So take whatever the number we have there, the 45,254, subtract 21,000 immediately off the top there for qualifying for the Dean's, and then it goes down with the GPA. And then obviously in price, it goes down to the program 19, trustee 17, achievement 15, and then the merit is the last one with 13 there. So 5 different categories. right, we're back now. Sorry about that. All right, so had some minor difficulties there. Sorry about that. So really, these are a lot of our other scholarships grants we're offering this year. If you're musically inclined, we actually have a couple. The Richard W. Strode, the marching arts, and the music talent are actually three just strictly music related that we are offering for our marching band, choir, things like that. Have a service leadership award, which really it's if you are involved in anything in high school, such as Beta Club or Key Club or things like that, that goes out in the community and does a lot of volunteering and things like that. Esport scholarship, just for participating on our esports team, we do get $1,500 for doing that. The Discover Defiance grant for doing any type of visit, be it virtual or on campus. We have that. Also transfer awards for strictly just our transfer students. We have 3 of those. And then I already talked alumni. If you have a parent who went here or mom, like just her mom or dad, 500 right there. Cheer and dance for being on the dance and the dance team have those. And then United Church of Christ, which is our church affiliate, where it's on our campus, but it's not an official affiliate. Like there's no religious classes required, things like that. I do get that actually as a question, believe it or not, a couple times. So there's a lot of different types of scholarships that we offer here. Just a little bit of our awards that we are nationally recognized for there for our nursing school, business education. Like I said, 3 of our bigger ones. College may have been nominated last year for College of Distinctions, and then just kind of the other ones that have been nominated for us there. So service learning, like I said, we have a McMaster School for Advancing Humanity, which is a huge community service. Also, not just in the community of Defiance, but actually overseas. It's a very something you have to apply to get in. But once you're in, you do a bunch of different projects, and there's kind of just some of the people that we work with there. And it's a very very cool group that it's not easy getting into. Once you're in, it's very very cool to be a part of that. And then our Project 701, which is our student-run nonprofit organization, that's also the one that works directly here in Defiance, helping out with the Red Cross, the United Church of Christ, doing maybe being community dinners for the less fortunate during Thanksgiving and things like that, Christmas. They help out with those, and it's just a really really good experience to get kind of I guess the all-encompassing, just giving back to the community and things like that. So, like I said, here's our advising people for not just our staff and the faculty, but even our coaches, football coaches, do study tables, things like that. And a lot of our other head coaches actually teach a couple classes, so they are very involved with our support here and helping you succeed here at Defiance College. And then a bunch of resume workshops, interviewing, have internships both on campus and off within the community that we help a lot of our kids with. And then just for academic support, strictly is like I talked about, our peer tutoring, which is free, and then our academic skills workshop, free writing consultants, and just one-on-one academic counseling whenever you need that throughout the semester. So just a couple of our brief outcomes and internships opportunities, like I said, within Defiance High School, there bottom right, within our community, the 4 County Career Center, not too far away, and State Highway Patrol actually have one of the outposts here in Defiance, and then also obviously we've had NASA, Seattle Storm, First Federal, which is a national bank, Cleveland Clinic, and then even the Cleveland Indians, just to kind of stay within Ohio. So a lot of different opportunities, and then there's tens and tens and dozens of ones that we just can't put them on the screen here for kids who went out and found their own internships throughout the United States and Ohio. So like I said, my name is Austin Fleming. I'm an admissions counselor here at Defiance College, and also our athletic liaison to a lot of our coaches and our AD. They're my cell and email. And if you have any questions at all, please feel free to either shoot me a text, call, or even send me an email through my email there professionally. So I appreciate you coming out here and listening to me speak about Defiance College, and hopefully I can see you on campus. Thank you.
thank you for joining us today, and thank you again to Defiance College. A quick reminder for our students, after we close this window, you will receive a very quick 4-question survey. Please fill that out as you are able to. You are also able to sign up for more sessions at www.oacac.org, and a recording will be available on the website as well. Thank you again for joining us, and we hope you have a great day.
All right. Thank you, Caitlin.